Maddie, it's Edie, and today I'm doing something I've never done before. So this is actually going to be a favorites video. I've never done a favorites video before. I love seeing other people do favorites videos, and I had several favorites for the month of April, so I figured I would give it a shot. So this is my April favorites, and it's kind of all over the place because it's just my favorite things from April. It's not like makeup specific or tarot specific. Like there's no real theme to it. It's just kind of like my favorite things from April. And I don't know if this is gonna be like a regular thing that I do. I probably won't do every month, but maybe every season I'll do a favorites video. Or if I've had a month where there are just a lot of favorites, I might do another one. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of all over the place, but it is my April favorites video. So first and foremost, my very favorite thing for the month of April was the book, The Memory Painter. You can check out my channel for a full book review of this audiobook. I listened to the I have not been able to talk for like 3 days now. I don't know what made me think I could do a video. So I listened to the audiobook version, and I absolutely loved this book. I actually want to read the second book by the same author, which is Gwendolyn Womack. You can check out my full book review of this book here on my channel, and I'll link it below if I can remember. But basically the concept is this guy is remembering his past lives, and things come out. There's a science experiment. There are people who keep reoccurring throughout his different lifetimes and kind of how they play a part in each of his lifetimes, and how that all impacts him in his current life, and how he came to remember all of his past lives. There's stuff in there about it, like if you're into past lives, if you're into ancient Egyptian history, if you're into the ancient Egyptian gods and goddesses, this is a really interesting book. If you're into like the possible scientific aspect of past life regression and memory keeping, it's just a really interesting book. It's an easy read. It's a fun read. It's not a funny book. Like it would probably be more drama than anything, but it's a really good read, and I thoroughly enjoyed the audiobook, and I could not put it down. It's a 12-hour audiobook, and I listened to it in about 2 days or 3 days. I can't remember. I was listening to it. It was 2 days because I'm a Lyft and Uber driver, and so I listened to it while I was driving, and I actually got through the 12 hours in 2 days because when I came in on the second night, I only had like an hour of the book left, and I could not put it down. Sorry, my fan's going, and so my hair's in my face, so if I keep doing that, I apologize. So yeah, that is my absolute favorite thing for the month of April, The Memory Keeper by Gwendolyn Womack. In keeping with the theme of the book that I thoroughly enjoyed, so just my phone and headphones in general are my favorite thing from April, because I always have my phone. I don't always respond right away, but my phone is always right by my side because I do so much on it. My calendar is in there, my form of communication is in there, my audiobooks are in there, things for my business are in here. So my phone is my workstation. It's my travel workstation other than my tablet. So I always have my phone with me, and I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but I can listen to audiobooks while I'm out driving. So my phone and headphones have kind of been my my entertainment for the entire month of April, because I listened to several audiobooks and personal audio clips and things like that, and music and things like that while I was driving. So my phone and my headphones, absolute top of the list. Because without the phone and headphones, I would not have been able to listen to The Memory Keeper. And these are in no particular order really, except for the phone and headphones and The Memory Keeper, because those were just like top of the list. So along with the audiobooks is the program. There are a couple of other books that I've been listening to, and another one that I really enjoyed. So I have a program on my phone that allows me to listen to audiobooks, and and it's through the military, and I don't know if it's available to everyone, so I'm not even going to mention the name of the program, but it does allow me to rent audiobooks from an online library. And I'm sure you could do the same exact thing with Audible or whatever audiobook listening program you've got. So I have a few books on here right now that I'm listening to, and the one that I finished in April that I absolutely loved was called, whoops, oh no, it just disappeared. I had rented it and the title expired, and I clicked it to bring it up larger and it disappeared. Anyway, it's called Warming the Stone Child, and it's by Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes. She's the same author who wrote Women Who Run with the Wolves. If you have not read her books, I highly recommend. Everything that I've read by her has been really good. So I will go out on a limb and say I recommend anything by Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes. I have read Women Who Run with the Wolves several times. I just finished Warming the Stone Child, which is about childhood abandonment and dealing with the issues of being abandoned as a young child. And she, again, similar to Women Who Run with the Wolves, she uses folklore and fairy tales to describe archetypes and how each of the archetypes in the fairy tale is within our own selves. So in each fairy tale is every aspect within ourselves. So the villain, the victim, the hero, those are all aspects within our own self. And she talks about how to look at a few specific fairy tales dealing with abandonment and how to find those aspects within yourself. It's not necessarily a healing type of book, but she delves into some interesting conversations about looking at the fairy tales and using the fairy tales. Similar to how she does in Women Who Run with the Wolves. I know that's a much more popular title by her. So if you have read that or listened to the audiobook of it, then you'll know what I'm talking about, how she references the story, the fairy tale, the fable, and then puts it kind of into real life perspective and how to use the imagery from the folklore or fairy tale to see yourself in real life and heal from that. So that was another of my April favorites. Now moving away from the cell phone, because that was all wrapped up in my phone. Let's talk about these first. So, favorite foods for the month of April. Let me just say, I ended up with food poisoning. And so there were about 2 weeks where I was not really eating a whole lot, and it was at the very end of April and the whole first week of May. But leading up to that, I was very much enjoying the two things that I'm going to show you. So this is my current breakfast tea. It's Twinings Irish breakfast tea. I like the flavor of it. I don't drink very many things with caffeine. I don't tend to have a lot of caffeine at all, except for chocolate and whatever's found in food. But this is a caffeinated tea, but it's not so strong that it makes me feel jittery, and that's why I like it. I have to be very careful with the teas that I drink because too much caffeine, it kind of makes my heart race, it makes me feel jittery, it makes my stomach feel like it's doing flip-flops, and I just don't like the way it makes me feel. So to find a caffeinated tea that I can actually tolerate is saying something. As a rule, I drink decaf tea. I drink the Constant Conte or something like that, and I drink a decaf chai tea. So finding a caffeinated tea that I can drink is saying something. So it's got a mild but delicious flavor, and I do like a little spoon of honey, the tea, and a splash of half and half or milk, whatever I have on hand. And that I have a cup of this every morning. So that is my current breakfast tea. And this stuff, oh my God. I just discovered this, I want to say in like March, maybe first part of April, and I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this fucking yogurt. So this is Noosa brand yogurt, and this flavor is pumpkin. And I'm going to show you, it's like separated, okay? They have several flavors. There's like a blueberry, there's a raspberry, there's a blood orange that's really good. There's a lemon. I can't remember. So there's like 6 or 8 flavors that you can choose from. This one is my favorite. It's pumpkin. And all of them are separated like this. So the flavor, whatever flavor it is always on the bottom. And then you have to mix it together. Oh God, this yogurt the pumpkin flavor, I make a 2-layer pumpkin cheesecake. It's like a layer of pumpkin pie flavored cheesecake and then a layer of regular cheesecake. And it's like double it. This fucking yogurt tastes exactly like that cheesecake. It is so good. Oh my God, it's so good. And it's a lot better for you, obviously, than a chunk of cheesecake. It's supposed to be, it says this is 1 serving, because when you look at the package, it says serving size per container, if it will focus. Oh no, it's not going to focus. I hope you can read that. Serving size, 1. Servings, 1. So it says that this is 1 serving. I can't eat that much yogurt at one time. I probably could of this one because it's just that fucking delicious, but I don't. I just choose not to. So I actually make this 2 servings, and it's like $2 per container, but if you're making it 2 servings, it ends up being like $1 a container, which is, for the kind of yogurt it is good. That's a good price, I think. Because you can get like the Yoplait for 50 cents a container, but that's all sugar. Not that this is not full of sugar. This is still 29 grams of sugar. But my point is, this is just a better quality yogurt for $1 a container if you're using this as 2 servings. So, the pumpkin flavor. This is my favorite flavor. The blueberry has a little bit of a tang to it. The fucking lemon is delicious. And the blood orange, oh my God. The blood orange is so fucking good. So I would say if you're going to try any of them, try the pumpkin and try the blood orange. Try them all. Just try them all. You will not be disappointed. Really good, really creamy, thick, but not so thick that you can't enjoy it. It's still got that nice smooth creaminess to it. So that is my favorite snack. And I like mine with graham crackers because I don't tend to eat yogurt by itself. I don't like the texture. I don't like pudding. I just don't like that consistency. So I always have to put something into foods like that. So when I eat yogurt, I'll usually eat it with some sort of little dip. I use it kind of more like a dip. And I usually eat animal crackers with my yogurt. But this one I will eat with graham crackers because it does taste like cheesecake. Actually, all of these I will eat with graham crackers because it tastes just like cheesecake. So blueberry cheesecake, blood orange cheesecake, lemon cheesecake, pumpkin cheesecake. Oh my God. So I really recommend it with graham crackers. Next is my favorite tarot deck. This is my favorite tarot deck, period. Not just for the month of April, period. This is the Everyday Witch Tarot. And I've had the app version of it for quite a while. Look at that. And I got the physical card deck, I want to say in February or March. I haven't had it that long, but I've had the app version for quite a while. So I'm very familiar with this deck, very comfortable with this deck. I absolutely adore the imagery on this deck. Like, it's just so easy for me to read. I mean, I don't see how there would be any confusion in the imagery. It just speaks to me in a way that I cannot even explain. I've never connected to a deck like this. I've never had a deck be this straightforward and blatant in its messages. It's like, how could you not see this in this imagery? You know what I mean? So the Everyday Witch Tarot, I do not know. I think it's Deborah Blake. I think it's by Deborah Blake. The book is across the room, so. I don't ever use the book with this deck, but oh shit, I'm just dropping shit everywhere. All my shit's falling. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. I love this deck. So I don't ever use the book for this deck, but I always have the book on my table with the deck. I just put them together on my table. So Everyday Witch Tarot, this is my favorite deck for the month of April. It is my favorite deck, period. So the thing that went flying across the room is the stone that goes with my Everyday Witch Tarot. So this is a Hag Stone that I've had for several years. Focus, focus. I don't even know how long I've had this stone. Oh, I'm trying to get where you can see the hole. There we go. So I've had this stone for years and years and years, and it's always just sat on my shelf. However, when I unboxed the Everyday Witch Tarot and did my deck interview spread, it called for this stone. So when I did the interview spread, I got this very deep wisdom crone energy from the deck, and it just called for the Hag Stone. So the Hag Stone that I've had for years just sitting on my shelf now sits with my Everyday Witch Tarot. That is its partner stone. So that is my favorite tarot deck for April and ever so far. The other favorite thing that I have for April is a journal. So I've been behind the scenes, I've been working on something towards my soul's work. So for years now, I've been an artist online, and that's kind of shifted, and I'm not doing the art anymore, and I want to get more into working with women, working one-on-one, working in groups, and leading gatherings for women, women's empowerment gatherings, and, you know, just like soul-opening, magical experiences for women. And I've been working behind the scenes on something that I'm building and creating that I want to release in the world. So for my soul's work, I have a specific journal that I only use for that purpose. So this is my soul work journal. And this is where I write down my ideas, my plans. It's my inspiration. Like, this is the energy that I feel from my soul's work. If I could express what I want to give to the world in pictorial representation, this would be it. Like that bursting open, that completely uninhibited freedom that we all want to experience, that complete acceptance, that wild, abandoned, unabashed, just complete freedom in being who we are and living our truth. Like, that is what I want to put out into the world, and that's what I'm working on behind the scenes. So this is my journal for that work. And like I said, I've been working behind the scenes on something. I'm building something and trying to put the pieces together to bring it to life. So I am feverishly working behind the scenes to build something that I think is going to be absolutely incredible. And in doing this work, in creating what I'm creating behind the scenes, I've also realized that I do not want to work online anymore, because the kind of work that I do, I think it deserves live connection and person-to-person interaction, whether that be one-on-one or in a group setting. I think it needs to be done in person. And I just think that while it could be done online, there's so much magic and so much power to be had by working face-to-face, one-on-one, or in a group setting with someone. And so the thing that I'm developing is going to be an in-person gathering of sorts. So this has been my favorite thing for April for my soul's work. hands down, just like working in this journal. And I actually have another one across the way over there that I had started working in several years ago. And there's kind of like a development that has happened where I was transitioning from doing the artwork to now working with women. And like you can see the transition that happens through that other journal, and now I'm in this vastly different place. And so I've created another journal specifically for this deep, important, huge, magical souls work that I'm doing. So there's that. Let's see here. The other two things are kind of witchy, kind of mundane, depending on how you look at them. So this is a selenite votive holder. I actually got this at Marshall's for $3. I fucking love this thing. I love selenite. Selenite is one of my favorite stones. If you watched another one of my videos, I don't even remember which one it was, but I think it was actually an unboxing that I did. I got a package in the mail and it was all selenite. So selenite is one of my very favorite stones, crystals. I actually have another selenite candle holder, but it's like a little triangle. This one, however, was a favorite for April because I place a votive candle inside the candle holder here, and then I can hold it and work with it. I can dance with it. I can move with it. I can take it through a space. I can work with it and hold it, and oh God, the fire and the selenite together. Oh my God. I love this candle holder. I love it. I love it so much. I don't know if you can see, like it's rough on the inside, but completely smooth on the outside. And selenite is very shardy, and you can tell on the inside it's still very shardy, but on the outside it's completely smooth. It's so soft. I love this. I love this candle holder. So this is my favorite candle holder slash crystal. It goes as both because I've used it as a crystal because that's a big ass chunk of selenite, and also as a candle holder. But when you combine the two, holy shit, dudes. Okay, so that was a telemarketing call, and that has just given me another one of my April favorites. Because, oh my God, I fucking hate telemarketers. I hate telemarketing calls. And when it's a human person, I have done telemarketing. I know how difficult that is, and I will be polite to them. I'll say, I'm not interested, thanks. Please put me on your do not call list. Have a good day. I'm not rude to them. I don't go off on them. I don't waste their time, but I don't let them waste my time either. The thing that I fucking hate though is the computerized telemarketing calls that you get. And I get several of them. I used to get a lot more. I used to get about 10 or 12 a day. And now it's down to about 3 or 4 a day because of this little fucking miracle app. So I don't know if you can see, but it's right here. It's called Truecaller. This app right here, you open it up. I'm just going to show you. Ooh. You open it. It's called Truecaller. And you can block numbers. If you see down here, oh fuck, I know there's a glare. See down there where it says my blocked list? You can block any number that you want, and it reports it as spam. But you can also search, and I don't think this one's going to come up because this is a local number, and I think that this is one of the ones that tends not to come up. But so I just got an automated telemarketing call. So what you do is I copied the number. I went into my phone, copied the last number that called me, and then I opened Truecaller, and it automatically asks, do you want to search that number? So yes, I do. It's searching. Nothing popped up for that. But had that one already been reported, it would say reported as spam. You could report it again, and then it's blocked. But because it was not reported yet, I'm going to go into Spam ID. I'm going to go to my block list, and I'm going to add a number. And you just paste it in there, right? And then save. And then that little fucker is blocked, and it's reported as spam. You can then share it on Facebook. I never do. It's as long as it's in the database, that's all I care about. And then you can go update. And then you're protected. And it really cuts down on the number of telemarketing calls that you get. I was getting about 10 or 12 a day. Now I get about 3, maybe 4 a day, and that's on a bad day. That's when I haven't updated in a while. It's a free app. Go look it up. Highly recommended. An April favorite. Actually, a 2018 favorite because I found it at the end of last year or first part of this year. I've had it maybe 6 months. So yeah, highly recommend Truecaller. And my next to last April favorite is this. So it's a shell that I found on the beach a few weeks ago. Look at how gorgeous that thing is. Oh my god. So gorgeous. And I really want to turn this into a necklace. Focus. I want to drill a hole. So I want the hole to go this way because I want to put the thing through this way because I want to put something here. Focus. I want to put a little stone here. So I want to be able to drill through, but I'm afraid that I'm going to ruin it. I've never drilled through a shell before, and I'm terrified that I'm going to ruin it, and it's just so gorgeous. That's the back side, but I feel like it's reversible, which is another reason why I want the post to go through that way, because I love this. So if anyone has recommendations, oh, come on. If anyone has recommendations for how I could drill through the center this way and run my jump ring or wire or whatever it is through there, let me know. And it's very layered. So you can see there's lots of layers in there, and I'm just afraid that I'm going to ruin it, which is why I haven't attempted it yet. And I could drill through this way, you know, like this way, straight through. I fucking thing focus. Anyway, I could drill through that way, but I really want to put a stone there, so I would prefer not to have to drill there. But if I have to, I will. And I want to wear this. I want to make it a necklace so bad. So that's an April favorite. And then last but not least, my last on the list of April favorites is my new piercing. So a little bit of an update. I got this piercing. Can you see? Yeah. So I got this piercing for my birthday on March 15th, 2018. And I am anal about keeping things clean. I'm a bit of a germaphobe. I wash my hands constantly. If you tell me to clean something, if you tell me that something needs to be cleaned, oh, that shit's gonna be clean. And when I got the piercing, I was told how to take care of it. I bought the antibacterial wash. I was doing salt soaks twice a day. And I was doing exactly what I was told, like textbook, exactly what I was told by the piercer. And that ended up being a problem because I did it a little bit too well. I was told 30 seconds washing with the antibacterial soap, and I took that to mean 30 seconds of washing. So I was doing 15 seconds on the front, 15 seconds on the back, and then rinsing with clear water. And I was also doing salt water soaks twice a day. So you soak a cotton ball in salt water and lay it on there and let it sit for 5 minutes. I was doing that twice a day. And I overdid it. And I actually gave myself a chemical burn from the antibacterial soap because it's a hospital grade soap and it can be very irritating to the skin. So I'm at like 7 or 8 weeks out now from the piercing, and I'm just now where I should have been probably 3 or 4 weeks ago because of the chemical burn. So right after I got the piercing, it was fine for the first week. And then at like day 7 or 8, my ear started to swell, and my earring post that I got it pierced with is a very tiny little post. Apparently I have thin ear cartilage, so she gave me a very thin, short post so that I didn't have a lot of post just sticking out. Well, because it was so short, my ear started to swell and it didn't have anywhere to go, which then caused compression, which then caused even more pain. And I had to go get my earring taken out And they put this, it's a little titanium ball here and a titanium ball on the back side. I don't know if you can see, but there's a titanium ball on the back side and this long fucking piece of plastic. Can you see this? I just pushed it out so you could see. I hope you can see. This long fucking piece of plastic. So this is a little plastic tube to keep my hole open. But yeah, so look at how long. Can you see? So I've had this long fucking piece of plastic sticking out of my ear for 8 weeks now. And they said to leave this one in for a few weeks and let the initial healing finish. And then I can go get my earring put back in, which I actually need to go do this week, is go get my earring put back in. But so then that was at a week. And then like 2.5, 3 weeks is when I ended up with the chemical burn. So thankfully I had that long ass piece of plastic because I would have had the same problem again. So I've had this one in for like 8 weeks now. The chemical burn has finally healed. I'm not using the antibacterial soap anymore. I'm just doing my saltwater soaks, and I feel like it's now finally healing and it's getting to where I could put my earring back in. I love the way it looks though. This is why it's an April favorite, because I love the way it looks. It has been so painful because, and it's my own doing, like totally my own doing, because I overdid it with the antibacterial soap. So if you get a piercing, do what they say. Don't leave that soap on your skin for more than like 15-20 seconds because it will burn the shit out of your skin, and then you're in for a whole nother world of hurt. So even with all of the pain, and it has been extremely painful. This piercing has been way more painful than any tattoo. And like, I've got a big ass tattoo on my arm. I had a tattoo that was infected when we went to Sicily. Like, I mean, I was living in Sicily and went to the market, and like 2 days after I got a tattoo and got dirt or something in there, and one of my tattoos got infected. And as excruciating as that was, this has still been more painful. And I don't know if it's just the pain receptors up here, maybe it's so close to my head, I don't know what it is, but this fucking thing here has been excruciating for many, many days. And it's just now like I can touch my ear, and it's still tender, I'm not gonna lie, it's still tender. But I feel like I'm finally healing now. And even with all of that, I still absolutely love it. I would never do it again. I will never get another piercing. I don't know, maybe, but now because I know how not to fuck it up. As of right now though, I will probably never get another one just because I had so many issues with this. My own doing, mind you. But even with that, I love it. And I'm really excited to put my earring back in. And because, you know, like when it sticks out, I kind of want it to stick out now. That's why, that was the whole purpose, is because my ear sticks out. I'm like, fuck, it might as well be cute. And so this is generally how my hair looks. And you can see my piercing. So I'm really happy with it. I'm glad it's healing. I'm so ready for the healing to be done. At least the initial healing, because I know that full healing takes a year. But the initial healing, I'm so ready for it to be done. And I'm at like 7-8 weeks, and initial healing takes between 6 and 12. So I feel like I'm on the downhill slope of it, and you know, like it's gonna get better from here. It's gonna be smooth sailing from here. But man, you have to really fucking want this piercing. Let me tell you, you have to really want it. At least for me, because I had so many complications with mine. I really wanted this piercing, and there was no way I would ever go through it again. Because if I had to take this out, and that was a concern, that I was gonna have to take it out and let it heal and then re-pierce it, fuck that, I would not do it. But now that I'm on the downhill side, I love it, and it's one of my April favorites. So yay. Remember, if you like what I do here, don't forget to hit the little subscribe button, that way you don't miss anything, and then click the little bell, that way you get the notifications from YouTube to let you know that I've actually uploaded a video. You can also give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, or share this video with your friends. Thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me today. I appreciate you so much and love hanging out with you here on YouTube. I want to remain consistent. I've been doing a video every week, and I'm really digging that. And I'm happy to be back, so look for more videos in the future. I'm actually getting ready to sit and record one right now for a package unboxing. It's not a box. It's an unpackaging. It's goodies. So I'm getting ready to record that video right now, and that will be up next week. So keep a lookout for that. Thank you all so much for being here. Remember, you are fierce, you are fabulous, and you are fucking badass. So keep that shit up, and I'll see you next time. Mwah. Bye!